KevG weather overview, and we have a very dramatic satellite picture tonight. We've got twin hurricanes, one over the Atlantic and one over the Gulf. And the one over the Gulf is Hurricane Idalia, and that's going to be a major hurricane eventually, and it is going to smash northwest Florida, and it's going to create flooding rains, storm surge, and damaging winds, even into the Georgia and the Carolinas, especially eastern parts of those states. So a very bad hit for northwest Florida, and flooding is going to be a problem along the South Atlantic coast. Meanwhile, to the right of that is a monstrous hurricane, Franklin. And Franklin is going to stay out at sea, but it is a Category 4 storm, very large and powerful hurricane. And it's churning up the Atlantic waters here. So along the south-facing shores, you're getting rough surf and high swells from Hurricane Franklin. That's the direct result of the hurricane, or an indirect result. And thankfully, both of these storms are not going to bother us. In fact, there's a lot of weather that's swirling around the eastern part of the United States, but we're really not going to take part in it all that much. We've got some high clouds and low clouds in here right now, and we have a weak disturbance that's going to move through. I'm trying to get a handle on when the bulk of the rain is going to move through, and it looks like tomorrow morning between 7 and 10 a.m. we're going to have a line of showers and thunderstorms move through, and then that's basically it. We're high and dry, and we could be dry for an extended period of time. The overall pattern, it looks like, based on just the models and also from the Climate Prediction Center, the overall pattern is not really conducive for any wet weather here over the next 7 to 10 days. In fact, what we're going to notice by Sunday and Monday of this coming weekend, a lot of places are going to be in the low and middle 80s and maybe even higher with the temperatures. So late summer surge of temperatures is on the way. And if you're looking to do some outdoor activities this weekend, it is going to be an ideal Labor Day weekend for the tri-state area, as a lot of this action swirling around us, swirling around the eastern part of the United States, never gets up here in a serious way. So here's the GFS. It takes the hurricane into northwest Florida. That's tomorrow morning. It's going to be a bad situation for those areas. And Franklin, meanwhile, is meandering out to sea. Still is a very formidable hurricane. And by the time we get into Thursday, that weak disturbance that affected us tomorrow is off the playing field, as is Hurricane Idalia. And that's the one that, hits Florida. And big high pressure is in control. So that storm cannot turn up the coast. It is going to meander off the South Atlantic coast. And for us, that's going to mean that high pressure is in control and warm weather is going to increasingly take hold. Labor Day weekend is high and dry. And by Sunday and Monday, a lot of us are going to be in the low and middle 80s once again. And this is all the way out into the middle of next week. And there's no rain in the offing here. In fact, I think we're going to see more of the same, with a lot of warm temperatures and dry conditions through much of next week. Maybe a weak disturbance tries to move through here by around Friday, September the 8th. But that's too far in advance to really even hang your hat on that point. And when we look at the Climate Prediction Center, they are very bullish in their 6 to 10 day outlook. This is through September 4th through the 8th, basically everywhere east of the Rockies. They have a high likelihood of above normal temperatures, even for the areas that get ramsacked by Hurricane Idalia across the southeast part of the United States. So they are very bullish on a very warm start to September nationwide, basically east of the Rockies. Now for temperatures, tomorrow, once we get rid of the weak disturbance in the morning, it's mid and upper 80s. We cool it back down a little bit on Thursday, but still very pleasant with highs in the mid and upper 70s. By Friday, more of the same. Dry. If it's a getaway day, it's a good one. In fact, most of the weekend looks perfect. Saturday, highs around 79, a bit warmer. And then by Sunday, we start to turn it up a little with highs around 85 in New York City. And then Monday, mid and upper 80s most everywhere, except maybe out towards the Twin Forks, where it's in the mid and upper 70s. But you get the idea. We are very lucky. We are not seeing any tropical disturbance. Maybe we're getting some indirect waves from Hurricane Franklin out there in the Atlantic. But other than that, we are high and dry. This is going to continue through the next 10 days. We are not going to see much in the way of weather here. If you have late summer plans, or if you're taking an extended vacation through early September, you are in very much good luck. And for most of us celebrating the Labor Day weekend, we are going to enjoy very nice weather across the tri-state area.